Okay. Every time I hit my F11 button, it does a weird thing on my chart here. All right, so I took that $7,000 profits, and now I'm just sitting on the 400 bucks or 400 shares. So for me, I'm thinking, okay, that's it. God, I don't even want to sell anymore because all of a sudden I'm going to be completely out of the game. So hopefully, if it goes down, I'll buy. And guess what? It goes down. It goes down 22%. That's my benchmark. I'm starting to use 20% as my benchmark. If it goes up or down 20%, that is a good move, especially if it's short term. 2 months, 20%, that's a good move, good time to buy, but I'm scared. This market is tanking. It's easy to look back now and think, oh, you should have bought more. But I was afraid, even though it was down 22%. I was afraid the market was still going to tank, and I kind of didn't want to buy, but I didn't want to miss out either. I'm more afraid to not make money than I'm afraid of losing money. So instead of buying 100 shares, I decided I'm just going to buy 50 shares. So I buy 50 shares, and then if it goes down 20%, I'll buy it again. Well, the very next day, it dropped 17%. And I can't resist buying that next 50 shares. So what I'm doing really is I bought here on the 13th 50 shares, and I bought another 50 shares on the 14th, which allows me to dollar cost average those two. So I'm in at $32.88, really, essentially. Okay. So again, if you remember, I tried to do that earlier and I got burnt. I tried to get this for, buy at 16 just in case it goes up. I'm in. But if it goes down, I want to buy another 400 or 500 shares at 14. Instead, I got burnt. It went up, and I didn't want to lose out, so I went ahead and bought at 19. All right, so in this case, it does work out for me where I'm glad I didn't put 100 shares in there. I got 50 shares. Letting it drop down more allows me to buy 50 shares again. Look what happened already by June 30th. That's 2 weeks later, I'm almost up 20%. And I'm telling you, I should have been maybe even selling, but I'm like, I don't know, it just is moving so much. I'm down. I really believe I can get to 40. So I put a limit order at 40.01. Why did I put a limit order in at 40.01? Because I have a 9-cent commission fee to pay. If I put it at 40, I'm going to make 3,999. I didn't want to do that. I want to see 4,000 something. So I just figured, hey, you know what? If it hits 40, I'm going to sell. I'm just going to at 34% profit. How can I resist that based on the charts I'm seeing? I'll never get a chance to make 34% in 2 weeks normally. So what the heck? Let's take the money out. The only thing I wish I was using my $5,000 lots, but again, sometimes I'm just buying 100 shares, not even realizing how little money I'm putting into this thing. So I take that $700 profits and I tell myself buy at 20% down. Well, I'm actually going to start trading at 30 and 40. I had a limit order to buy at 30, and the market tanked on the 7th. So what happened here was it was going down and it just executed the order. It was so when you do a limit order, if it's less than your limit, it's going to buy. It's going to buy 30 or less, whatever it can get it for. So I'm thinking, okay, I got in at 27. I tried to stop it because I was worried that the market was going to go down and I wanted to buy more. I should have bought more. I make little notes to myself trying to remind myself what I'm doing. So on the 10.7, it was at 25.40 is how far it went. I tried to get out, cancel my limit order. I couldn't do it. 10.13, it got down to 21.91. I should have bought anyways. I wish I bought, but I didn't. But I should have had a limit order to buy at 22. And the reason why I should have done limit order at 2022 is, if you recall, back here on February 22, 2021, I was in at 23.25. I was going to ride that long term, and I just had an opportunity to buy it for even less than 23.25. So getting in at 22 would have been a great deal. But I missed, and sometimes that happens in the market. If I had gotten in at 22, I would have been a lot more comfortable being able to, sell, especially At 22, I could have afforded to buy a lot more now that I'm getting more confident in this thing. But 2022 was a dangerous time for the market, just the way it was behaving. So, in hindsight, I know it was getting nerve-wracking being invested just because of how bad the market's been performing. But again, if you're thinking 3, 4, 5 years out, maybe I should have had more bravery and just stuck that money in there. I had a limit order to buy back at 27 because I didn't want to sell this. I sold at 30 because I was afraid the market was going to drop, and I was wrong, at least for a little bit. Went back up to 35. It would have been nice if I sold at 35 range and then got back in at 30, but I missed. I actually was trying to get back in at 27, and then what happened was I had the limit order, and I can't always be on this to watch it, So I got a job, so a lot of you guys have a job too. So I just got to put a limit order in and hope for the best. So if you go and look at the last 3 months, it was down to 27.58 on February 9th. So the lowest it got to is 27.58. My order for 27 didn't go through. And I was hoping it would go through the next day, and pretty soon it just started getting away from me. And I figured, hey, you know what? I better get in at 30. If I get in at 30, at least it won't feel so bad because this will wash that. And it'll be like I never really sold it for 30. I'm still really in at 27 in my mind. So, okay, I got to pause this video and then finish.